Hi, my name is Alec from Mask Audio Electronics, and this is my collaboration with Electronic Audio Experiments, Eldritch Blast. Eldritch Blast initially started off as me messing around with one of John's DIY circuits, Magic Missile. Initially started as this 6-transistor arrangement of just pure electronic jank, and I turned it and made it worse, made it goofier, made it more fun. And so I approached John of just like, hey, can I put out a couple of these? And he said, well, how about we put out a collab? Why don't we do something a little bit different with the EQ? This is the version 3. We've now tightened up the EQ points, made it a lot nicer than the original version. We've also changed how the chaos control functions, so it's more chaotic. So real quick, let's go through the controls of Eldritch Blast. But first, here's a blast of our clean tone. Lovely.
Thank you.
So, the gain control is an input bass control. That is, controlling how much bass is flowing into the rest of the circuit from the input. So minimum is the minimum amount of bass at the front. Max is so much bass. Next, we have the more control. And what does the more control give you? It gives you more! It's a gain control placed later on in the circuit just to give you a little bit more oomph. Yeah, so with both the more and the gain control maxed out, you start to hear some octave tendency, some intermodulation. So next you have the 2 EQ knobs, which are controlled by the star toggle switch. If you have them off, both these knobs do nothing. Once you have it on, they do something. The bass control is a peaking filter that's boosting about 100 hertz. The tone control is very similar to the high control on an HM2. It is controlling both mids and highs simultaneously. So when you crank it up, you get that kind of HM2 sound, but when you bring it down, it gets this like really gross quality that I like a lot.
I could literally do that all day.
Yeah, that's pretty much, I use it a lot with the gain control all the way almost all the way down, so you have that less bass, that starved, more converged sound. Then you add it in on the back end, and it just makes you riff. We'll keep the EQ on just for a bit of fun for us. So next we have the 3 toggle controls, which all modify the signal in some ways. The splat control emphasizes those upper octaves that you hear. Next, the mode toggle is controlling how much overall gain the circuit has. In the up, there's less gain, a little bit tighter of a sound. Down, you're gonna have maximum amount of gain, but it gets a little bit more loose. So the chaos control activates an internal feedback loop which sends you into a new dimension of abomination. For you keepers of the low end, we're now going to play the bass guitar. So that's it for Eldritch Blast. The day this comes out is the drop of what might be the final batch. For now, it's going to go back in the Electronic Audio Experiments vault. Will it be seen again? I don't know. It depends upon if these things start reaching Klon prices. If you start trying to sell one of these for $1,000, we're coming for you. It has been 6 years since this released, and it's been a wild ride. People ask me, what was my dream collab? And this has always been it. Working with John, the guy who really inspired me to build pedals, has been a dream come true. And just working on this pedal for so long, building as many batches as we have, and people loving it, has been a dream. So thank you all so much.